Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of making the range test for Velotric. Yeah, the Thunder 1. But I'd gone as far as I wanted to go before cutting off and then finishing off the ride to find out what the final range is. But rather than dilute that video with other things I wanted to talk about today, I figured I'd just make another video. And then I will upload this video for you guys to watch. For, if I'm lucky, I think it'll be Friday's video for you guys to see. So yeah, I'm on the Thunder 1 right now. As you know, this is a Class 1 bike. And it's got a torque sensor on here. Yeah, torque sensor is kind of tough for me. I've got a bad knee and leg. And so I'm not going really fast on this bike. I'm only averaging probably around 12 miles an hour. And I'm leaning forward because the handlebars are kind of further down. I'm leaning forward and pedaling hard and losing my breath as I'm doing it. So yeah, I mentioned on that review, the range test of the review, that I might end up deciding to sell this bike. It's brand new, it just came in, but I can't see myself riding it for long term. As much as I would like my knee to be able to do that, I'm just thinking I can't do it. I rely a lot on my throttle, on my rides. I go a lot faster than 12 miles an hour. This is a very slow ride for me. And I can't get it to go any faster because I don't have the strength in my leg. So yeah, I think if anyone wants this Velotric Thunder 1 and you're in the northwest suburbs of Chicago and willing to come pick it up, contact me about it, all right? I hate to say that because as you know, I like riding the bikes that people give me, manufacturers gives me, and to sell it off that fast seems like a waste. But on the other hand, if I'm not going to ride it and there's someone else who can and wants a bike like this, with a torque sensor on a Class 1 type bike with, 36 or 34 pounds? Check Velotric's website. You were looking at the Thunder 1, not the ST. The ST is the basic version. This is the one with the fingerprint sensor and everything. So contact me if you're interested. I'll give you a decent price, and we'll move it on to somebody else who might be able to do better with this bike than I can. I would remove the stuff that I put on there. I just put on the mirror, and I just put on this cell phone mount. That would come off, and everything else will be stock. So same stock saddle, all that kind of stuff. And everything's been adjusted for you too. So, all right, so what else did I want to talk about today? Well, I mentioned on the last video, we were talking about comments and stuff, right? All right, I'm gonna have to move off here. Oh, there's a car. We'll wait for the car to pull forward. He's not pulling forward. They never pull forward. I don't know if you can set the sensor. Yeah, I think he did. All right, let's go. We're going really slow here. Okay. What a struggle. Yeah, I couldn't get my leg over the top. As you know, I ride with the saddle way up there because I need decent leg extension in order to ride my bikes, pedaling that is. And it was so far up there, I couldn't get my leg over it. Typically what I do is I lean the bike a little bit, then I swing my leg over the top. So yeah, this is not a step through, this is a step over version. This is the medium frame too, for those who might be interested. So look it up in the specs, it tells you what size fits the medium frame. And the color is crystal black. I don't know why they call it crystal black, it looks more gray. the back end is black, and then it fades into gray. How's that? So they call it crystal black. It's actually a really nice looking bike. My wife really likes it, but she can't ride it either. She's too short. I'm too heavy with a bad knee. So, all right, I'm going off topic. Let's go back into what was I originally gonna say. I had something I wanted to tell you and I can't remember now. Oh, this is the problem of getting old. I always say that, which is not fair because I know a lot of people who are older, they don't have the same problem I do, but I know that my memory is going. I can't remember these short-term little things, and then eventually it pops in my brain. I was never like that before, but I am now as I'm getting older. So anyways, I ordered a bunch of things. I ordered mirrors. I ordered four more mirrors. These mirrors aren't cheap, of course. They're, I don't know how much are they, 20-something dollars each. 23, 24, I don't know, something like that. I ordered 4 of those. I ordered 10 bells. I did not order extra saddles. I'm hoping whatever bikes come in have decent saddles. The last 2 bikes that came in, which I haven't told you which they are, came with really nice saddles. One of the manufacturers even gave me a deluxe saddle for it, which is really nice. Really cushy, really wide, good for my big fat butt. And yeah, those 2 bikes have they have seat post suspension. Yeah, I know a couple of you guys asked me about seat post seat post suspension versus soft tail bikes, meaning like the Magicycle Deer, which has a suspension on the rear of the bike. Which of those I like better? I'll tell you this, on the Magicycle, when I hit bumps, it really helps out because I can feel the bounce when it hits the bump. And you know, on occasion as you're riding and you're hitting small little, I wouldn't say bumps in the road, but you know, roads aren't totally flat. There's always some divots here and there, and it bounces a little for that. Somebody mentioned that they could see me bouncing around. Yeah, sure. Plus I'm heavy, so it's gonna bounce, right? So, so people have asked me, how does a seat post suspension compare to a soft tail bike? They're different, I'll tell you that. They are totally different. Now, I had a good talk with one of the manufacturers about this, who gave me that, and well, I'll say it again on the review when we finally come with the review, but I can tell you now. He puts that suspension seat post on every bike he sells, and the reason is because he says it just feels so much nicer. Most people appreciate the fact that they're not like hitting something and then feel that hard hit on their rear. So now there's a couple different kinds of suspension seat posts. Some that just go up and down, right? And some that kind of move towards the back. It's kind of has a, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like moves backwards and down. Like that's the Sun Tour, and he supplies the Sun Tour on his bikes. And I think the other one too from the other company, it doesn't have the Sun Tour, but another company that has a similar type of design like that. All right, I'm gonna let this car go past me before I move. I'm gonna go to the left again. So he said that, you know, this type that kind of goes down and slightly to the rear actually has a more natural feel to it than the ones that just go up and down. I told him, I says, I can really feel how that suspension seat post is kind of like riding on a cloud. I mean, it's so smooth and soft that it was a totally different feel than what I had gotten used to with Magicycle Deer. So which do I prefer? I don't know. I kind of like that suspension seat post a lot. Thank you. And but I will say it's a totally different feel. I would not equate them. Let's put it like that. They don't feel the same. I think some people might prefer one type, and then the other person might prefer the seat post type. I think for the long run, most people might prefer the seat post, if I had to take a guess. First off, it's cheaper, all right? As you know, the Magicycle Deer is not an inexpensive bike at all. Whereas you could take something like the Cruiser Pro for Magicycle and add the seat post, right? Kind of gives you a similar type of feel, but you know, like I said, the feel is different. I don't even know how to describe it. If it really feels like you're riding on a cloud because you're kind of bouncing around. Now, he told me you can adjust that if you take the entire seat post out of the tube, flip it over, you'll see a plus and minus button, or plus minus symbol there. If you put a hex driver there, you can tighten up or loosen up the suspension of the seat post. That's kind of nice. The Magicycle Deer is not adjustable. It's a one spring, same setting for everything type of thing. So, so you cannot adjust that. Whereas you could make some slight adjustments on the seat post suspension. So I would have to say, for most people, they would probably like the seat post suspension. Yeah. So what's the benefit of having the soft tail on the bike? Well, there's no variance in terms of your seat going up and down while you're pedaling. It's basically the exact same height of your saddle to your bottom pedal when you're pedaling. So I asked him too whether he thought that seat post extension, suspension, I always say extension, seat post suspension, am I losing power there? He wasn't really committed to 100%, but he says he does not believe it does. But obviously there is a little bit of more or less of the extension when you're bouncing on a seat post, versus on the soft tail bike, that seat post to pedal remains exactly the same. It's the bike that's bending in the back, right? Thank you. So yeah, it is totally different. I don't know how to actually explain the feel, quite frankly. Which do I like better? I might like the seat post better. Yeah, between the two. At least the Sun Tour one, I should say. That style, you know, not the ones that just go up and down. I might actually like that better. I don't know. I haven't had enough riding time on it to know for sure, because I just took it out one time so far, but I could feel it immediately. The thing is, if you're heavy, that bounce is pretty noticeable, right? If you're lightweight, you may not notice it that much, quite frankly, because you don't have enough weight to compress it as much as someone who's heavy as I am. So let's say that. If you're heavier, you might like these seat post suspension things. You know, that type, not the one that just goes up and down. I'm talking one that kind of moves backwards a little bit and going up and down. So yeah, look into it if you're looking for something and you don't want to spend the money for like a Deer. Consider maybe getting like something like the Cruiser Pro and then adding a really good seat post suspension to it. That would be the least expensive way to get kind of a similar effect. All right. I've been pedaling a lot. I think I need a break pretty soon here. Yeah, doing the range test is the toughest thing for me to do, really. The reviews aren't really that hard. I mean, I tell you what I think about the bike. This requires me to do some effort. And with the bad knee and the bad leg, a little too much effort. So where am I at? According to this, I'm only at 80% of my battery. I started at 100. It says I got 20 more miles of range left on this bike based on that 80%. I don't know whether that is accurate, quite frankly, because I'm not putting hard pedaling I don't know how it calculates it. It must figure out stuff like it must figure out some stuff about how fast you're going, how much battery's left, so it makes it a choice. You see how this guy has passed me up. If I was on my other bikes, I'd be passing him up. Yeah, I'm only doing like 12 or 13 miles per hour. So yeah, I don't usually have someone passing me. Yeah, that makes me mad. I wonder what those guys feel like when I'm passing them. Probably the same thing, right? Yeah, it makes me like, oh, I could have passed that guy if I had my other bikes. So, no, I don't have the strength. And as you saw on the first video of this Velotric, I could hit 20 miles per hour on here. And I think it says it can do up to 25 or something once you unlock it. I think when they mean unlock it is there's an advance in basic mode and commuter mode or something. I don't know what they call it all. I have it on the highest mode. So theoretically, if I pushed real hard, I could go past 20 miles per hour. Eats up more battery when you do that, quite frankly. But at this point, I need all the help I can get. Yeah, with the Magicycle commuter bike, I can do 20 miles per hour easy because it is a cadence sensor. So all I have to do is keep my knees and keep my legs moving. And it's going to go as fast as I put the pedal assist at. So I put my pedal assist, even when I was on like pedal assist level 3, I was doing 20 miles an hour. But on this bike, I'm on full pedal assist 5 and only doing 12 because I'm not pushing hard. All right, let's push higher a little bit so you can see that it does it. So I'm pedaling harder. You see we're moving up. 17, 18, 17, 18. Let's get a little bit more, whoops, sorry, wrong gears. Higher gear ratio here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 19. So I can hit 20. But man, I'm tired out from doing that. Let's gear down a little bit. So if you have the leg strength, you can do it. I just can't. So sad. I'm sure Velotric won't be happy if I end up selling off their bike. But come on, if I don't sell it off, it's just gonna sit. I know that. It's gonna sit. It's not right for this bike to just sit. Somebody should be enjoying it. All right, if you're in the Chicago area, you want this Thunder 1, contact me. Let me know in the comments. And then we'll figure out something to get it to you. But you're gonna have to come and pick it up. I can't ship it. So save you several hundreds of dollars. All right, get you a good deal. All right, too tired. Too tired. Yeah, I gotta take a break. I don't think I can ride this thing continuously till it hits 0. I have to take a break and take it in sections. A little too much for me. I've been riding this since 100%, so I'm down to 77%. By the time I take the break, I'll probably be down 75%. So I would have used up a quarter of the battery power. And I don't know what the mileage is up to this point, but anyway, watch the range test of the Velotric to find out what I end up at with this video. I'm doing this side video for you guys, but we'll know what the total range was when I'm done. And that's riding at about 12 miles an hour. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.